Hey guys, Mello here, web designer and brand designer with over 10 years of experience. And today we're going to be looking at a home builder website. And as we go into this website, look at your own website and see if maybe some of these things are familiar with your site and can probably help you kind of fix some of these mistakes. And so let's get right into it. So we're going to be looking at this company. It's called Lifestyle Homes here in Brevard County. And they make really, really good homes, really nice, beautiful homes. So you see some of the images here. These are all the homes that they build. And so we're looking here on their site, and there's a lot of good stuff that's happening here on this site. So one thing that I noticed is that they haven't been in business for over 40 years, and that's like amazing. There's many companies that don't make it that far, so I think that's something that's really should be acknowledged for this company. Another thing also, as I was going and looking into some of this, like about the company, I believe here, I forgot where it was located, but this is a woman-owned business, and that's also something that really makes them different and something really, nice about this company. Especially in a very male-dominant industry when it comes to building homes. It's nice that there's a woman-owned company out there. Also, besides that, when you go onto the accolades page, they have won tons of awards, and so this is definitely some great stuff they're working on. And there's a lot of things that are really neat about this company that I thought was interesting from that separated them from other companies. They also do this here, it's called SunSmart and HealthSmart. So they make homes that are a lot more efficient. And I think, where is it? When I go here, I'm going to SunSmart. So they make homes that are very efficient and they have a guarantee on their builds that they're a lot more efficient in terms of energy costs and the way that they operate. So I think that's something really neat about how they build homes. And when I was looking here as well, they have a really streamlined process. So you can pretty much choose your home, choose your location, and then choose your design. And so they have a really streamlined kind of way of going about this. It's not kind of a prepackaged thing. You can have a lot of customizability with it. And so I thought that was really cool. And then they have these little call outs here talking about award-winning floor plans and custom homes. So they have a lot of good stuff going on. So now let's look at the website and kind of look at it from, a web designer slash customer landing, a potential customer landing on this website for the first time. All right, so the first issue that I'm seeing is that they have this slider at the top, the hero section. And like I always say, this is the most important area of a website because if this doesn't speak to the person when they're landing on their site, they're going to just go on to someone else on another website. And so this part is going to give them a reason to understand if they landed in the right place, if they're the right company to fulfill whatever need that the customer has, and also a reason to keep scrolling down the rest of the website and go on to the other pages. So if this area is not fulfilling that for the visitor, then that's an area that usually loses them. So one thing that I noticed right away is that this is going way too fast, and I'm not a big believer, well, in slideshows because of this issue right here. So by the time you read this here, so building homes throughout Brevard and Indian River counties, choose one from our award-winning. See, it already goes away. Go on to the next one. The science behind high-performance homes. At Lifestyle Homes, we build every home to meet our energy-saving, sun-smart, and clean indoor air health, and it goes away. So you can see the issue here with this area right here. So the text that could have convinced me to continue to go throughout the website, I don't have enough time to read it. So that's one area that I would definitely fix. Also, I don't really see a lot of clarity. It's a little confusing in terms of like the context of what I'm looking at here on this page. So I go from this that I can't read. So for whatever reason, I'll go ahead and scroll on down. If I decide to do that as a first time visitor, just go on to someone else in Google. But here it just says homes, communities, and design studios. But what does this mean? Okay, like homes that you've designed. Is it a portfolio of homes? Is it homes that you can build for me? It just says homes. Then here, communities. It's like, okay, what about communities? Is it the homes where the communities you have, the buildings that you have built are in these communities, or communities that you build in? Or there's a lot of guessing, a lot of vagueness. You can see the issue with that. And then design studio, I have no idea what the design studio means. Interior design studio? Is it where I click here, then you show me like the options and kind of how the interior design, how I can customize my home, which are probably that's what it is. But again, it's a lot of guessing. And when it comes to a website, you want to be very clear. You don't want to bring confusion because that's confusion just is going to waste time, and people don't want to waste their time. It has to instantly say what it is. And so this area just has like no context to it. Then we see this section here, which kind of repeats this. So it's like home community design, home location design. And again, this choose your home. Okay, I see a picture of a home. choose your location. So, okay, I see a picture of a pool. And choose your design. Then I see a kitchen. So again, it's open for interpretation. I think that's the biggest issue that this website has, and that it's very vague. And the crazy thing too is that what we said in the beginning of the video is that they do a lot of beautiful work. You can see like the work that they've done. I'm sure this is like homes that they've built, the interior design that they've constructed, and it's amazing work. But it's just outside of that, I think maybe they're leaning too much on the pictures to tell the story, because the text isn't doing it for them. There's no context whatsoever for that. And later on, like when I stayed on this website for a little bit longer, I understood that when you click choose your home, this changes here. Award-winning floor plans and custom homes, view the showcase. Then you click here, choose your location, and then it says in our communities or on your own lot, Brevard and Indian River. Then you click here, choose your design. Personalize your home the way you want, on-trend designs. But that was something that I did not realize, because it looked so similar every time you click one of these tabs. So is the average person going on this website going to do that? Probably not. Then we get to this section here, which it talks about the areas or places that they build homes in. So it's a list of Cocoa Beach, India Atlantic, Melbourne, Titusville, Vero Beach. So it's a whole list here. And these are not clickable at all. So there's no SEO benefit to even having this here. What I would do is just simply simplify this, maybe have a map and just say something more on the lines of they design and create homes and build homes in Brevard County or across the Space Coast. That would kind of capture this and have more of a reason for this, because right now it's just a list and it's not really doing much. Then you scroll down and you get to this contact form that says ready to get started on your home of your dreams. And then there's a form here. And again, I love the cleverness of this. I can appreciate that. But again, this doesn't really say anything about what that next step looks like. It's just a form. Does that mean that somebody's going to call me? Does that mean somebody's going to email me? Does that mean somebody's going to, come to my house and set up a meeting or appointment? I don't really know. And the likelihood of somebody filling this out without any more context to it is very low. And so then we scroll down here and it says explore to more. And I'm guessing this is their blog because it looks like a blog, but more people are just not going to get that. There should be context to these things. New lots in Arapika now available. Building your home, your Florida home. Don't miss the must-have features. So again, it's a kind of a mixed signal here. I don't really understand if it's a blog or not a blog. Again, I'm a web designer, so I understand what these things are, but I'm just looking at it through the lens of someone who's visiting this site for the very first time. So there's just a lot of issues here. And so to fix these things, what I would do is definitely remove this slider here. Just have one image, that kind of captures everything, and then say what they do, who they do it for, where they do it, right? And then what are the next step, what the call to action is, book an appointment, book a call, visit our office, something that's just very clear and to the point. I think also this area down here, they should immediately get into social proof. So they should have reviews, they should have videos of people who have worked with them, they should have badges of maybe the awards that they've won. If you go to here, the accolades page, all these awards, these are all logos that they could put. They don't have to put the exact year, but they can just put, the awards that they won and put it here just so it builds social proof. So now this top section is saying what they do, who to do it for, and what the next step is. And then you have credibility down here with the social proof and the awards and then testimonials from people, And then here at the bottom, they could put, more of the stuff that they do, that how they do energy efficient homes, how they do health conscious homes, and then also they can put in, that they make custom homes. They can build on your lot, or you can choose your location, and then they can also pick the design of home, and then they have a whole catalog here of homes. So they should say something that would lead to this catalog of the design that they have that are award winning. There's nothing really leading or making somebody want to click on that, and then it should have a process of what it looks like working with them. So step 1, step 2, step 3. So it's very plain and simple. People know what to expect, and then follow up with the contact form. And that wraps everything up for this video. Again, if anything from this video resonates with you and you want to be able to do this for your own site, I do offer strategy sessions one-on-one. So feel free to go down in the description box down below or the first pinned comment, and you'll see a link where you can book an appointment with me. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time.